Thank you for joining us today. We are joined by Tristan Archer. Hello, Tristan. How are you?
Hello, I'm good, and you?
We're good, man. We're good. I'm just trying to see what that background is behind you. Is there a lot of toys behind you?
Yeah,
Well,
it's figure, it's anime figure. A lot
Funko
of,
Pops.
yep, and they're over there.
Dude. That's awesome. That's is that all
French
yours?
people, French people. Anime is very big here. I grew up with anime and wrestling. So
Oh, really?
yeah.
I didn't know anime was big in
big.
France. Like,
It's
yeah,
it's almost as big as it is in Japan. So
wow,
it's
I
really
did
big.
not know that.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite anime?
Dragon Ball.
Dragon
I
Ball.
think
Yeah,
all the
I used to watch Dragon Ball a lot when I was younger. It always baffled me how long some of those fights would go on for. Some of those battles would go on for like 6 weeks at a time.
yeah.
It was incredible. Like I did love it, but I guess there's a lot of similarities between anime and wrestling in the way that they're like larger than life characters, storytelling. So was it always wrestling and anime for you then growing up?
Yep.
Yeah. Which one did you start watching first?
The first anime.
Did you start watching wrestling or anime first?
I think it's wrestling first.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I think it was wrestling first and then anime, but not that long after. I think like maybe a year after.
Yeah, because I did a bit of research. Obviously, you've always been a wrestling fan, and am I right? It was the Undertaker that drew you in.
Yeah. I was a kid. I was like 5 or 6 years old, and Saturday is a day off for children in school. And I woke up. I don't know why. I woke up very early on a Saturday morning, and I came to the living room, and my father was watching wrestling, and the TV turned black, and I heard the ding, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And then my father told me sit, and I sit, and I just see this guy, white, the hair, the eyes, and everything, and was like. And since that day, I was like really into it.
So we've got the Undertaker to thank for you being a wrestler. Like,
Yeah.
It's all thanks to the Undertaker.
All thanks to him.
Yeah, and I'm the same, man. Even now, I mean, obviously, just before I retired, I'm 36, and even now, hearing that gong, I still get goosebumps. No matter how old you are, you still get goosebumps.
Yeah, it's crazy. This guy just go like infinite. He's a legend for real.
What was
Like
it about
wrestling's
the
not
Undertaker?
really big in France. Like you have to look into your TV program to find it. So it's WWE or nothing on French TV,
Right.
and I was very lucky to like bump on it when I was a kid.
Was there anything in particular about the Undertaker, or was it just that he was so mysterious and, like you said, one of those larger than life characters?
For the Undertaker, I think when I was a kid, it was the gimmick, the character guy, and just the look, the fact that when I was a kid, I didn't know if he was really dead or if he was like a real guy.
Yeah.
You're 5 to 6, and my father play with me. You believe in Santa Claus and stuff like that. So basically, I was like, "Fuck, he's a dead man and he's killing people."
I was the same. I used to say to my dad, "I can't believe he's dead. How is he wrestling when he's dead?" I was the same. I was hooked, man. The minute I first saw him, I was the same. I was hooked. So what led to you obviously training then? When did you start training to be a wrestler?
I started in 2009 in Landstorm Academy in Canada. Like I said, wrestling in France is very, very, very small, and we don't have that much school. Basically, they're not very good. Like, I won't lie. So I didn't want to spend my money in France. So I have to work in factory and save a lot of money. I don't come from a very rich family. So I have to work in factory for a year and a half, something like that. Save money and travel to Canada. I spent 3 months and a half over there to train with Lance Storm. That's crazy. He's really amazing. Really.
Yeah, I was going to say I think he's a very underrated guy as well. How valuable was it for you to learn from Lance?
The fact that Lance was my teacher, I think it gave me all the skills I need to perform. You know, to be a good wrestler. The funny thing is, he's really like authentic, or like how to say that. Like, if you're not good, even if you paid like 2,500 euro, he will tell you that you're the shit. And he did during my session, not with me, like, but with the guy. We all spent the same amount of money, and the guy was really bad. Like, everybody called him Stiffy because he was very stiff. And at some point, he starts being stiff with Lance. So Lance get mad, kind of, like, stiff him back. And at the end of the 3 months, he just told him, okay, you paid like the other, but stop. Or if you want to continue, don't use my name, because if you use my name, I will say you're the shit.
Yeah. That's good though. It shows how good of a trainer Lance Storm is, because a lot of trainers probably would say, even though you're bad, give me more money. But Lance just says, I don't want your money. I can't, I don't want to train you. That's fair enough.
Yeah, like, he's really honest. Like, if you're not good, he will tell you you're not good. If you're good, he will tell you the same way. But I think it's important, because a lot of people just came here or to different place to train, and the guy just never tell them that they are not good or not safe. You cannot be very good and train and get better and better, but sometimes you're not good and not safe in the same time. And if your trainer doesn't tell you or whatever, the risk is not for the guy, it's for the other one, the one who's going to work with him. So I think it's very important right now.
Oh yeah, and like I said as well, I think Lance is he's one of those very underrated guys who I don't think gets enough praise that he deserves.
I think he had a good career too. Like, the last time I saw a tweet of him, and was very proud of being a part of the ECW, of the WCW and WWE. He got a lot of title. He never get the heavyweight, but he got he got tag team belt. He got intercontinental, I think, or USA. Don't remember, but like, he got plenty of good matches with big superstars and a lot of different belts. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I remember there's that famous picture of Lance Storm, where he's covered in all those belts. He's got like 10 belts. So yeah, he definitely did well in his career. Like you said, he was never world champion, but I don't feel like he needs to be, because everyone knows he's one of the greatest technical wrestlers of all time, and that's not even hyperbole. He really is that good. Like, I know there was that whole character at one point in WWE where they'd chant boring during his matches, but I think it was kind of like when they chant "you suck" at Kurt Angle. Nobody meant it. Nobody believed Kurt Angle sucked, in the same way no one thought Lance Storm was boring. But yeah, he's just one of the greatest technical wrestlers, an absolute delight to watch. Did you get your style from Lance Storm then? Like, your in-ring style, would you say that's heavily influenced by him?
I used to do amateur wrestling when I was younger, and I really like technical wrestling. I'm not like high flyer. I try some stuff. When I started, I was able to do like moonsault and stuff. And when I finished my classes with Lance, he told us that the moonsault gonna fucked up her knee for the rest of her life. So basically, I said no. I want to be able to be like a grandfather who can walk with his grandson or whatever. So I said no. And then I get a little bit bigger. So basically, I didn't want to try again moonsaults, because I'm pretty sure I will die. And I really love the not the old fashioned, but a little bit of the old fashioned wrestling. The grappling stuff, the more technical stuff, being on the ground and kind of look like a real fight.
Yeah.
like a shoot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I love about you as well is that I've read other interviews you've done, and you are very much almost like a European journeyman. You've wrestled all over Europe. How important has that been for you to travel to all these countries honing your craft?
The fact is that, like I told you in the beginning of the interview, I came from a very poor family. So basically, no holidays, nothing. I've never been able to travel with my parents or whatever. So being a wrestler and being able to travel everywhere in Europe and US and Qatar and stuff like that, like for myself, already something really big and really cool. I've been able to travel for free and visit so many different places. That's pretty, for a human being, it's really, really amazing. Never been enough thankful for that, for the wrestling. And the funny thing is, wrestling is completely different in each country.
Yeah.
France, we don't have the same crowd. They don't react to the same product in the ring. Germany, they don't react to the same product. And England, it's the same. It's like you have to adapt a little bit to get the reaction that you should have in France with that kind of spot. But if you do the same in Germany, average reaction. But if you do it like a little bit more like this, you're gonna have a huge reaction. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty cool. And the fact that I was able to travel very young in my career, so I was able to catch those little things very early. So it's pretty nice.
Like you mentioned, you've wrestled in the UK quite a bit. You've had a few matches in England. Progress being one of them in 2019. I think it was Lucky Kid you wrestled.
Lucky Kid, yeah.
What are your memories of wrestling in the UK then? Like you said, it's a different crowd. Is that a good thing? Or do you prefer the crowd in France, for example?
I do prefer the people in the UK. The French wrestling fan are really easy to get into it. You just do that. Boo, yeah. Boo, yeah. And you get the people. Basically, they love to play and they don't care that much about the wrestling skills.
Yeah.
But the UK fans, it's kind of, they put the pressure on you because if you don't wrestle properly, they're not going to like you.
Yeah.
No.
You know what I mean? Because this is a wrestling country. They know what wrestling is and they know all wrestling is supposed to be. So if you don't, have the total package, they're gonna.
I feel like you've got the right style though to fit in the UK. Like you said, you like that older shoot style of wrestling where it looks like a fight. The history of wrestling in the UK is like World of Sport, where it was round based. Most of it's just trading holds. I feel like your style fits very well into that UK kind of style. Do you feel like people appreciated what you do in the ring in the UK?
Basically, yes. I hope. I never had any negative feedbacks. So I really hope so. I work for different promotion over there, and I always get good feedbacks from the people. So I think it works.
Yeah, and you wrestled Kamikaze Pro as well, didn't you?
Yeah.
That was a that's one of those promotions where they always had really good talent from Europe. Like they'd often get WXW guys in, and I know WXW guy is somewhere you've worked too. WXW arguably one of the best, if not the best, promotion in Europe. What was it like wrestling for WXW?
I used to work for them like 6 or 7 years ago. I did like 3 matches, but they didn't have that much, spot in the roster at that moment, and they have to work with the people around and save money to get the very big name around. And basically, since a year and a half, because we do a taping and then they put it online months later. They bring me back and they give me a good spots at the moment. So it's pretty cool because, like you said, it's the biggest in Europe with the biggest network and the biggest connection. Also, they have the biggest, like the nicest stage I never worked for. Like the stage at the 205, the Cruiserweight Classic was nice,
Yeah.
but the stage of WXW is so much better. Like it's you got like 3 big screen, and the video is like kind of split into 3 big screen and stuff. You got the light, the smoke, everything is really like really nice in WXW, and you got the best wrestler in Europe at the moment over there. So they bring Sin Cara the last Sin Cara Cara Noir the last time.
Yep.
It's going to be difficult for them to bring other Englishmen at the moment because of the COVID-19.
Yeah.
Tell me about it. Yeah, I mean, speaking obviously with COVID and the pandemic, have you still been able to be active during the pandemic? Maybe not as active, but have you still been keeping as active as possible?
Yeah, I've done some taping with APC, a French promotion that I booked to do. Basically, he had a venue and he got a ring, so I just contacted the French wrestler guy and I told him, okay, I got this project. We can work together and try to do something cool. For the moment, it's just a project, so I don't have any money. Just come for one day. We try to make as much matches and as much segment and as possible, and then we put it together. We try to sell it to the French fans. If it works,
Yep.
we get the money back, and then we do a season 2.
Yeah.
It works. We've done a season 2, and basically COVID-19 get worse in France, so we were not allowed to do another like a season 3. And when we were able to do a season 3, the guy who ran the place do I don't know how to say that, but he destroyed everything to rebuild it better.
Right.
The venue,
Right.
the venue, like it was
Yeah.
the whole venue, so it kind of make it more modern. So we don't have the access to the venue yet.
Right.
Yeah.
So this one is kind of in waiting at the moment. I've done some taping in Belgium too, then went on national TV for the first time in like 25 years. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. 25 years is a long time for
Yep.
wrestling to come back. Yeah.
We were back on TV, like 2 different channel, prime time during the holiday season. So that's pretty cool. And I've done the WXW taping.
Yeah.
That's
So you've been keeping busy then, as busy as you can be.
yeah, as busy as you can be. But like for somebody who used to wrestle every weekend,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I'm a teacher, so basically I'm working from Monday to Friday, and then I'm on the road, working. So it's
So
basically
you're
like
used to being busy every day.
yeah,
Yeah.
every day working, and now I have almost like 5 or 6 weekend off all the time.
I bet you can't wait to be busy again.
It's long. Like at the beginning, it's cool because you have so much stuff to do, like so much video games to finish, so much TV stuff to watch or a movie, and then
It gets boring, doesn't
the
it?
video game, and you finished all the movies, and then you just wait.
Well, hopefully soon, dude. Hopefully soon you'll be back in the ring every weekend. You'll be doing what you do. I guess we've got to touch on something you mentioned earlier. You did wrestle in the Cruiserweight Classic.
Yeah.
And that was against Cedric Alexander, which was a great little match. I thought that I'd love to have seen you have a couple more matches while you're over there. What was the experience like as a whole? Because that must have been completely different to anywhere you'd wrestled before. I know you said like WXW has great production, but the Cruiserweight Classic must have been something completely different to what you'd done before. So what was that like for you?
It was pretty cool. since I'm 16, I used to work in different factory everywhere. Like I said, my parents were not very rich, so if I want to buy I didn't want them to spend money for me. So like I loved having money to buy my shoes or clothes or whatever. So I used to work in different factory during all my holidays. So basically, it's kind of the same in WWE. You know, when you work in a factory, you need to be there at 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you need to do at this post at 9, whatever. WWE will send you a mail with so you need to be there at 9 with this gear or with a suite or with I don't know, like workouts, clothes, whatever. And then you need to be there for the medical stuff, and then you need to be there at this time, and then you got a meal over there, and then you can go to the workout program station, whatever, blah blah blah. So everything is like kind of very strict.
Yeah.
But like I'm used to it, and I really like this. You know, I really like this. Like that's why they're the number one. You know, because everything is like
very regimental almost.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know before the Cruiserweight Classic as well. Am I right in thinking you had a tryout before the Classic?
Yeah.
How did that come about?
I didn't hear you.
Oh, sorry. Before the Cruiserweight Classic, you had a tryout. Is that right? You had a WWE tryout. Yeah.
Yeah.
How did that come about? Before that, the Cruiserweight Classic. How did your tryout come about?
Oh, I don't know. Like basically, I heard that the German guy is doing the commentary for WWE in Germany. Saw me in a wrestling show, but I don't know which one. And he just sent my picture to the WWE, and then I get the mail.
Yeah.
Basically, that's all. And I went to the first one because I got 2. The first one, I did a huge diet. I got vein on my head. I was really like ripped, but really like small. I was like 5 kilos, something like that, because I lose so much weight to get like as cut as possible. And they bring another French guy. Was just a bodybuilder, and it was like 2 meters, 125 kilos, and they just don't give a shit about me at all.
Dude.
So basically, for the first one, it was like kind of, I get back home, you know, kind of not pissed, but like kind of sad.
Yeah.
And then a year later, they send me another invitation. They say, okay, come back. So cool. And I don't do any diets. So I get there, I was like 95 kilos, and everything was so much better. Really, like completely different. I got a lot of good feedbacks, and at the end of it, they told me that I will be one day a part of the family. And like, I think I wait a year and a half with no news at all, until they send me an email and ask me if I can be under 205 for June. And then I told them yes, I could. And then they told me about the 205, the Cruiserweight Classic.
Yeah.
So the 205 weight limit is shoot. That's legit.
Yeah. We've done the stuff, and we got like 8 people that were supposed to be a replacement for us if we are over 205. Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. I thought it was just a gimmick. Like if you might be 250.
No. It was terrible. Like because one of the guy, a very tall guy from South America, I don't remember, but I think he did a shooting star from the apron on the outside. He was very tall, and he was like 204, something like that. But half naked, no shoes. You know, it was very serious. One of the guys didn't show up, or didn't want to show up. Don't remember. And Mustafa Ali was not supposed to be on the 205 on the Cruiserweight Classic. He wasn't supposed to be there. It was one of the Joker guys, you know, one of the guys, and it was added on the tournament because of one of the guys didn't show up.
Wow. I didn't think it was that serious.
It was.
Wow.
Wow,
It was.
that's incredible. Wow. I guess obviously before we start to wrap things up, there was one person I had to ask you about. Obviously, we talked about your style of wrestling, and I know this guy's similar, and he's in NXT at the moment. I know you faced him. What was it like facing Timothy Thatcher?
Oh, it was great. You know, we can talk like kayfabe stuff. We don't really care. You know, when you wrestle somebody,
Yep.
you ask for some spot and you booked some spot or whatever. Timothy Thatcher, no spots. We
Really?
just wrestle. Yeah, it was in California, and I used to wrestle with Jonathan Gresham too when I was younger, and we do wrestle kind of the same way. I've done some matches with John with nothing plain at all. Some of them we've playing some stuff because about 30-minute matches, blah blah blah. So we planned some stuff, but like in California, we wrestled on the show for AWS, and all the guys working there doing how to say that, California style, like so called style. So a lot of high spot with a lot of bumps and a lot of crazy jumping, whatever. And I told him I don't do that. He said, I don't do that too. I know. So let's wrestle. So we've been there and we just wrestle. I think we just put the end, like the submission reversal into another one and then tap. That's all.
That must
Like
be cool though. Wrestling
Yeah.
someone so similar to yourself where you don't have to plan anything. You can just go in there and wrestle,
And
that'd be-
wrestle and feel
Yeah.
it. You get the reaction from the crowd because you do it well. So it was very cool to do it.
And is that on your go? Is that on your future goals again? You'd love to get in the ring with Timothy again at some point.
Oh, of course, if I can, of course. Like him, Gresham, Chris Hero. There's so many guys I want to wrestle again, and so many guys I want to wrestle for the first time. There's so many people
Zack
so
Sabre Jr.?
talented at the moment.
Zack Sabre Jr. He's got to be one, right?
Yeah, I never faced him. Like I know him for years, and I was in so many locker rooms with him, and I never faced him.
And these are all dream matches to me, man. That you're reeling off. I want to see every single one of these. So I'm hoping we get that at some point. I really do. But before I wrap up, it's been an absolute pleasure, man. We'll definitely get you back on because there's so much more to talk about.
Yeah.
But before we go, tell everybody where they can find your social media, any merchandise.
I got a beer cocktail stuff, but I don't remember the name.
If you remember, send it to us and I'll put it in the YouTube description.
I will. It's gonna help me a lot. Yeah, you can check me on Twitter or Instagram, Facebook, whatever. Just find Tristan Archer or Clement. No, I think I put all the name on Tristan Archer at the moment.
Yeah.
Because I did put the Clement Petiot gimmick at some point just after the 205, Crystal Classic, because he used my real name, so it was easier for the people to find me. But I get back to Tristan Archer.
Excellent. Well, this has been an absolute pleasure, man, and I meant it. Please come back in the future. We'll so much more to talk about.
Thank you very much.
We really appreciate that, man. We'll definitely do that. But for now, Tristan Archer, we are Ringsiders. Thank you very much.